Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. Yesterday I did a sales webinar to German customers, and today I'd like to follow up with a look at how the DAX, this is a 3-minute chart of the DAX, has been unfolding today, which is Wednesday the 25th. As you can see, we've had a couple of buy setups here today so far. We've had a DP buy setup here on a black STF that nailed the very bar of the low of the day. Then we've had a TS3 buy setup here a bit later on. So perhaps let's look at this TS3 buy setup a bit later on. If I go to this blue buy bar here and place the analysis on, you can see the market using correct position sizing here. In this example, I'm using a 20,000 euro account, risking 2%. This allowed you to go long 2 contracts on the entry level and stop level, and as you can see, the market's just got up to our first profit target, where a profit of 4.6R or approximately 4.6 times greater than the initial risk was available. Our STF was weak, in other words less than our strength band, therefore you'd want to come out at the profit target, so that was a nice trade. If we go back a bit earlier in the day, there was an even better trade, and this was this DP buy setup. Again, let's right mouse click over the blue buy bar, place the analysis on, and as you can see, the market in this case was suggesting, or I should say the position sizing was suggesting going long 1 contract, again for our 2% risk on our 20,000 euro account, and the market went up nicely to its first profit target, where a profit of 2.8R was available. But the difference about this particular profit target was, as the market had gone up here, you can see if I've got my cursors just over those levels there, this particular time the market had just touched or just gone beyond the strength band. If you remember, on this other one we were short of our strength band, which is our grey band on our STF. This time the market had gone just beyond our strength band, so that means that the market is likely to go further, and as such we swapped to using our ATR stop, which is our red and blue dots in this case. So you'd have trailed the stop, taking the market up, and then you'd have been stopped out eventually at about that level there, and as you can see, that would have turned your 2.8R profit into an absolutely massive 10R profit, turning an initial risk of approximately 388 euros into a profit of approximately just over 3,800. That's obviously ignoring slippage and commission. So a very, very, very good trade. So were there any other reasons why this might be a good trade to let run as well? Well, yesterday in my training webinar, or my sales webinar to our German customers, I was looking at what I call a VSA, or VS, volume spike trade setup. This is where the market went beyond a prior level, which it did on this bar here. You can see it went beyond that prior level, but did it on higher than normal volume. And as you can see, that's exactly what it did there with our red VS bar. The market then reversed at on the next blue buy bar, which in other words means that the market was failing to follow through, which indicated that professionals were stepping in and likely to move the market higher. All of this happened at the DP from the prior low. If I do a decision point from here, you can see that this DP nailed the low of the day nicely, and that was our support zone off which the market rallied as well. Just clear that off. So because the professionals were coming in here and buying at this particular level, that also would have suggested that the market was going to go further, and another reason why you should look to use the ATR stop or look to run it a bit further. Let's have a look at the higher time frame charts, because customers who are more experienced will move away from our STF color-coded indicator, because we know indicators are normally lagging, to look at the higher time frame chart. So for this, we'll go to a 15-minute chart. Here's my analysis I had on from yesterday's webinar, in that going down to the previous day's low, we had this as a potential 5-wave sequence. In fact, I'll just take that off and show you how MTPredictor found that by just right mouse click, Elliott wave intermediate, and that was a 5-wave sequence. Typically after the end of a completed 5-wave sequence, so after the end of a 5-wave decline like that, the market will go to the DP from the prior wave 4. So let's go back to the prior wave 4, right mouse click, place DP on, and that's the level the market is likely to go to. So when the market came in here which was our DP buy setup on the 3-minute chart, the large view trend was still up. Let's have a look on the 3-minute chart and see how that looks. So the large view trend was still up, therefore this DP buy setup was in the direction of the large view trend. And can you also see how this DP resistance area was still above the market when it hit its first minor target? So at the very least you should have anticipated that the market was going to go further, perhaps into the higher time frame resistance area which was there. So even at that level it would have been a nice 7-hour profit. But once you got to here, the SCF was definitely beyond its strength band. You can see here it's very, very strong. So again, another reason to swap to your ATR stop, to then run up to around about there where a profit of approximately 10R was available. For day traders, you can see that that was that DP buy, and now the low of the day, well the bar of the low of the day anyway. As you can see, that blue buy bar was the very bar of the low of the day today, so what a great place to enter a long trade. So today's been a very good day for MTPredictor on the DAX, where we've had this first long trade going all the way up into here for 10R profit, and also we've had our second trade here coming up into that first target for a plus 4.6R profit. One of the other thing I'd like to show as well on this rally up from the low here is if we right mouse click over this pivot high, do Elliott wave intermediate, you can see this was actually a 5-wave sequence. So also another reason why you'd want to be looking to tighten your stops or look to take profits a bit closer as the market was up reaching these levels here. So again, if I place the analysis on this first setup, once the market got up into these levels was another reason to look to bring your stop closer to the market, because end of a 5-wave sequence it was likely to then reverse a bit, and that's exactly what it did with an ABC correction following it. So a good day today on the DAX, and actually it's very nice to show an example today after talking to our German customers yesterday, particularly this DP buy that's now the low of the day, particularly as that's coming on our VS set up as well, which indicated that professionals were looking to go, were entering the market and looking to push the market higher, which is exactly what happened. So a good example of not only showing our standard and automatic trades today, but also a bit of a look at not only the higher time frame analysis using our 15-minute DPs, but also our volume analysis using our volume spikes as well.